Weight. Lose weight, gain weight, wait for something to happen. It's interesting language, the English language, isn't it? Because the word weight can mean lots of different things. But if you want to lose weight, what does that mean? If you want to gain weight, what does that mean? Lifting weight is something that you do in the gym, which is that's where I am now in my gym. And then there's the word wait, as in being patient. I have to wait for something to happen. So you put all that together. If I want to lose weight, do I need to lift weight? And how long will I have to wait before I get a result? Great questions, woohoo! So the first question is, what does weight mean to you? If you want to lose weight, what does that actually mean? And should we analyse it a bit more carefully than just, I'm going to stand on the scales and I want the number to be less? Because if you really wanted to lose weight, you could chop your leg off. And that means if you stood on the scale with the other leg and the rest of your body, you would weigh a lot less, because the muscles and bones and water in our legs weigh a lot. Let's have a look at that carefully. A leg contains muscle, bone and water. Water's very heavy, bones are heavy, muscles are heavy. So if you lose weight from losing water, for example, ask elite athletes that are trying to make weight, they'll probably dehydrate, and ask them how they feel, and they'll tell you they feel pretty terrible. Maybe not as bad as getting your leg chopped off, but you feel pretty awful when you're dehydrated, but you will weigh less on the scale. If you lose muscle, you'll definitely weigh less on the scale, and that comes from excessive dieting, for example, where your body starts using up its own muscle for energy, because muscle's made of protein, and if you're not putting enough food in your body will actually use the food inside your body, the protein in your body. So you'll lose weight on the scale if you go on a diet, but it could be muscle weight. And obviously if you lose muscle, you have a slower metabolism, you don't have very much energy. There's a lot of things you can't do or won't do because you're tired, because your muscles are wasting away. Then if your bones waste away, you get osteoporosis. That's a bone thinning disease, and that's related to not having strong muscles pulling on strong bones, which means you'll weigh less. So you can weigh less from having less water, you can weigh less from having less muscle, you can weigh less for having less bone, but all of those don't make you very healthy, and in fact they can be really dangerous. Then what about your hair, your skin, your nails? You could have a haircut and lose weight. You don't want to, I don't think we want a heart that weighs less, or kidneys that weigh less, or a liver that weighs less. So what does weight actually mean? Because when you stand on a scale, that is the total weight of everything in your body. So I don't want to lose weight ever. In fact, I would like to gain some weight, and blokes you can, because when you put on more muscle, muscle is heavy, so you'll increase your weight. As a woman, I can't put on more muscle, but I don't want to lose any muscle, because if I'm losing muscle, I get a slower metabolism and I can't do what I want to do, and I don't have any energy, and I get old real fast, because the two things that determine our age, the two biggest factors of aging, is loss of muscle and loss of strength. If you're not very strong, if you become weak and frail, there's too many things that you can't do, so you get old real quickly. And if you lose your strength, muscle strength and actual muscle is what determines our ability to do anything. So I don't want to lose any muscle, which means I don't want to weigh less on the scales. I certainly don't want to weigh less from water. Just an interesting side note, we hear a lot about carbohydrate or low carbohydrate diets, or taking carbohydrate out of your diet. If you just look at the pure science of the actual molecular science of that, every molecule of carbohydrate holds 3 grams of water, or every gram of carbohydrate holds 3 grams of water. So if you cut carbohydrate out of your diet, you'll definitely weigh less on the scales, because you'll be losing a lot of water. So yes, you could instantly, in a couple of days, you could lose 2 kilos, for example, because we store half a kilo of carbohydrate. So if you lose that half a kilo because you burn it up and don't replace it, and the water attached to it, you'll lose 2 kilos. But it doesn't mean that you have less fat between your skin and your muscle, because the flabby stuff that sits between our skin and our muscle, that's called subcutaneous fat. That's usually the stuff that's lumpy or flabby or soft to touch, the stuff that most people want to get rid of. And ironically, that stuff doesn't weigh very much. Fat as a substance is much lighter, in fact, very much lighter than muscle, bone or water. So when we say we want to lose weight, is it actually weight that we want to lose? Then If you put all of that together, I don't want to lose weight, I just want to lose fat. How do you lose fat? And is it possible that the only way to do that effectively and long term is to have a fast metabolism? And the determining factor of your metabolism, of course, your muscle. If you're losing muscle, you have a slower metabolism, your body needs less food to survive. Your base metabolic rate is determined by how much muscle you have. And again, that's the number of calories you need to survive for a 24-hour period in a warm room. So the more muscle you have, the higher that number. Then if you're really strong and you can sprint and you can get puffed and you can do high intense activity throughout the day because you're not weak, so you've got strong muscles, you then spike your metabolism. So not only do you have a fast BMR, base metabolic rate, but you can increase your metabolic rate much quicker, much faster, much more effectively because you're strong. And then your respiratory quotient, which is where the calories are coming from, when you're really fit and strong, your body prefers to store carbohydrate because you need it for exercise, for energy, for high intense activity, and your body then prefers to burn fat when you're resting. So the interesting connection between losing weight and lifting weight is if you lift weight and you've got strong muscles and strong bones, then you're more likely to lose fat weight if that's what you want to lose. And I'll ask again, I'm sure that you don't want to lose fluid because you feel terrible. If you lose muscle, you have a slower metabolism. If you lose bone mineral density, you end up with osteoporosis and get old real fast because your bones are wasting away. And there's another really important factor there, your immune system is built inside your bones. So if you don't have strong muscles pulling on strong bones, you have a weak immune system, which means you're more likely to get sick, pick up germs, bugs, viruses and diseases and not be able to fight them off. And none of that adds up to being healthy, fit and strong, of course. If you're fit and strong, you're more likely to be healthy. So if you want to weigh less because you've got less fat on your body, is it possible then you need to lift weight? So to lose fat weight, you need to lift weight to have a fast metabolism. And how long do you have to wait then for something to happen? Well, the beautiful thing about getting stronger, the beautiful thing about lifting weight is you get results really quickly. If you lift something heavy, you give your muscles time to recover from that workout, to regenerate and then to super compensate, which is to get stronger. You now can lift heavier weight. And that process is not very long. If you leave, and the side note here is that you've got to give your body time to recover. If you lift something heavy and you don't recover, regenerate and super compensate, you don't get the benefit of getting stronger. And if you're not getting stronger, it's very unlikely that you'll have a much faster metabolism. So if I wrap all of that up with those three funny words, if you want to lose fat weight, then you need to lift weight and you don't have to wait very long before you get strong. Hey, that sounds like a song. So if you want to be healthy, fit and strong, you've got to get puffed to get fit. You've got to overload your muscles and bones to get strong. And when you put both of those together, you have a fit, strong, healthy body that can do pretty much anything that you want to do, including have less squidgy bits, fat bits, flabby bits, lumpy bits, whatever you want to call them. So particularly as a woman, and I don't know why, men, you have the ability to increase muscle, which is awesome. So you can have a much faster metabolism. You can have even a different shaped body. Women, we don't have the ability to gain more muscle, but we certainly have the ability to maintain the muscle that we've got. And if we've got muscle and we've got a fast metabolism and we can sprint hard because we're strong, then we're less likely to have fat on our body. So you can be not just fit and strong for the rest of your life, but you can be lean, fit and strong for the rest of your life if you lift weight. So if you want to have less fat weight, lift weight so you don't have to wait to be healthy, fit and strong. It can happen really quickly. And to me, that's really exciting, particularly as a woman. And I always share, I'm an old woman. And I love sharing that I'm an old woman because I've been the same weight, the same size, the same energy level, the positive, happy person that I am today. I've been that all of my life because I've got a fit, strong, healthy body, which then means I've got a fit, strong, healthy brain, because when you get puffed and when you lift heavy, you change your brain chemistry as well, so you're a happy, positive person. All of that wraps up to living your life to the max, and that's what I'm here for every day. I would love everybody to be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of their life so that you can do all the things that you want to do and live your life to the max. Live your life to the max. Super-doo-doo. How are you? I hope you're living your life to the max because you can, because you're healthy and you're fit and you're strong. Woohoo!